Manchester United have yet again thrown away a 2-goal lead in a Premier League game against an atrocious Tottenham team that have been in disarray recently. Not acceptable for Manchester United. 2 goals up at half-time and cruising. Goals from Sancho and Marcus Rashford looked to put Manchester United in control of this tie. But I was always concerned because yet again Manchester United have failed to put a team to the sword, which we have done so many times this season. I can't remember the last time Manchester United put a team to the sword, put 3, 4, 5 past a team. It's been a while ago. And Manchester United have not done that on a regular basis all season. And although we were 2-0 up at half time, Tottenham come on better in the second half, and then a number of substitutions as well from Ten Hag I think weakened the team as well. And Manchester United have gone and drawn the game late on from Song. Very disappointing for Manchester United. That could have been, for me, almost the top 4 sewn up. I know Manchester United are very below par on getting anywhere near the top of the league, but the bare minimum this season is to finish in that top 4. We've got to get in that top 4. That is the bare minimum that this requires to salvage anything from pride from this season, because recently performances haven't been nowhere near up to scratch, and for me it is massively concerning for Manchester United. I know a massive amount of these players, in my opinion, are still not good enough long term for Manchester United, and wholesale changes are going to be needed when hopefully new ownership come into Manchester United, and over the next 2 or 3 years the majority of these players will hopefully move on to pastures new. But it's still not good enough for Manchester United recently. The performances haven't been good enough against Brighton, against Seville, not good enough, and it is a massive concern for Manchester United. Hopefully Manchester United can still maintain that top 4 push and get that 4th position, because we've got a bit of a gap between ourselves and the other teams, but the likes of Liverpool do have a fair few easy games on the horizon at home, which could be a problem for Manchester United because our away form is absolutely horseshit this season. It really is. We've let far too many goals in and we've not scored nowhere near enough goals. It is a massive concern for Manchester United. It really is. I think if Manchester United can get in that top 4, we need to go out there and bring a hefty number of decent players into Manchester United. I mean, he's brought players off the substitutes bench, as I say, today. And every time we're bringing players off, I don't personally like seeing players coming off the substitutes bench when Manchester United are only winning 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, something like that, because if he's putting out his strongest starting lineup, we're severely weakening the team when we're bringing players off the bench, because the level of players, squad players, is just not good enough for Manchester United at this moment in time. You see Man City, when they're winning games, in their previous 2 games, they've had Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. Second game recently, they've had Mahrez on the bench. They have top quality, world-class players on the bench at some given times, and Manchester United don't have that. We're bringing off the bench the likes of Weghorst, Pellistri, Langer, players like that in recent weeks that are just not good enough for the Championship, let alone for the Manchester United first team. And I do think that is a major concern when Ten Hag is making these substitutions, that they're weakening the side, in my opinion. I was happy to see Fred come onto the pitch in the second half, but some of the other substitutions I was a bit worried about. I think they weaken the team a bit too much when they come on from what we're starting with. Sancho got his goal today, which was nice to see, although he didn't last the whole 90 minutes. I was a bit disappointed with that one, but it is what it is. At least Manchester United haven't lost the game, but because then Spurs would have gained 3 points on us. But this, for me, it feels like a defeat, because Tottenham have been in disarray recently, and Manchester United 2-0 up at the break should have seen this fucking game off. Could have maybe even got a 3rd and put this game to bed. But as Manchester United had done against Seville, thrown away a 2-goal lead, very disappointing. I don't really know what else to say on this, but we've got some hard games still to come on the horizon to get that top 4 place. Hopefully Manchester United will be good enough to finish in that 4th position. And then we're going to have a big summer of clear out and bring in some new players, because this squad just isn't fucking good enough if Manchester United want to challenge for the title. And I'm not sure that these players will get away with this shit again next season. People are obviously a bit lenient this season with Ten Hag and the players because of what happened last season, but we did have a fucking idiot in Rannick in charge last season, so there was going to always be some form of improvement this season, but has the improvement been enough with these players? I think it does show some of these players are just not at the level that Manchester United need. I know tonight we have still got some injuries. We're playing Shaw at centre back alongside Lindelof, so we're going to have to address that in the summer and maybe bring an extra centre half in, because the problems still lie there. I still think there's problems with the full backs as well, and we're going to still need another body in midfield and another striker. So there is a number of areas we're going to have to improve on. It is still a work in progress, but hopefully that point will still get Manchester United closer to that top four, which obviously was the aim at the start of the season, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, share this video on Facebook if you're watching it there, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.